Hi class, today we're going to play some fractions baseball. It's going to be a fun lesson, so I hope you're all ready to have some fun. Alright, let's get going. So these are my Common Core standards I will be addressing today. I will let the future teachers pause this video and read them if they so choose. Let's get on our objectives. Today we're going to learn the basic rules of baseball. We're going to learn how to name a variety of fractions and simplify them. We will distinguish different fractions that are equivalent, and we will compare a variety of fractions to the benchmarks associated with bases in the game of baseball. I'll explain that more as we go. So for materials, we're going to need our bases. A piece of rope will work good for this. We'll make a shape of a baseball diamond in the middle of our classroom here. We will need two six-sided dice. We want them to be a different color because they're going to one die will represent the numerator and one die will represent the denominator in our fractions. I've found that you can get the best kind is to get go to the dollar store and get some foam dice that are bigger. That way we can roll them on the floor right in the middle of our diamond and everybody who's watching can see exactly what they are. Okay? A whiteboard and a marker for keeping score and simplifying necessary fractions. I guess I also would like to have the people that are watching in the audience to have a piece of paper and a pencil to write down the scores and to simplify and add these fractions on our own. We'll need at least 2 teams of students. If you guys are really good, maybe tomorrow we can make more teams and get more games going, okay? So first let's talk about baseball and how it operates. Can anybody tell me how many bases are on a diamond? Yes, you're right. There are 3. And then what do we call the base that's at home? The home base, or the home plate, right? So there's essentially 4 bases, right? So it takes 4 bases to score a run. So can anybody tell me why you think I would pick this game in order to play with fractions? Because it takes 4 bases to make. There's fractions involved in the actual scoring of the game, isn't there? Good job. 4 bases ran, right? Ran around will equal 1 run. So let's try to score a run. Simulate swinging of a bat. We're going to roll some dice. We will evaluate our dice rolls and try to land on a base using the benchmark fractions. Don't worry, I will make sure that you know what you're doing as we go. It might seem complicated at first, but it'll become easy and it'll become really fun once we go through a couple of batters. But basically, 1/4 equals first base. Does that make sense? So 2/4 would equal second base, right? And 2/4 is the same as 1/2. So that's where we go that's how we simplify our fractions. 3/4 around is a third base, right? So, and if you get to, if we get a fraction that equals up to 1, which you'll see in a minute, that's basically a home run. If somebody gets on base, let's say I hit a double and I'm on base and then somebody else hits a double, I move 2 bases and they move 2 bases. So then I'm on home plate and I score. And they're on second base and they have it with a double. If we do not make it to a base, we will either be out or it will be a foul ball, which is like a redo. And I'll explain this more as we go. Everybody get into your teams. If you want, we can play boys against girls. We can make it, we can count off twos, or we could be like the second half of the alphabet versus the first half of the alphabet. It really doesn't matter. In fact, we can even play a game and then trade up and remake the teams. Maybe tomorrow. So what's fun about this game is anyone can play, and we won't break any windows because it won't actually be hitting a ball with a bat. All we're going to be doing is rolling these foam dice that I have here, and then we're going to have the black die be the numerator and the red die will be the denominator. So this roll, notice how it's 2 6s, which this would be a 6 over a 6. What does that equal to? Anybody tell me? Yep, you're right. It equals to 1, right? So this result would be like a home run, where you go all around the bases. I realize that there's only 4 bases, there's not 6, but you'll see as we simplify the fractions, it works like it actually comes out to 1, which is 1 run around all 4 bases. Okay, let's go on. So here's an example of a double. You got the 2, which will be the numerator, and the 4 will be the denominator. So we simplify that down to 1/2. So that means 1/2 around the bases, right? Or a double. Here's another example of a double where the 3 is on the numerator and the 6 is on the denominator, but it simplifies down to 1/2, 1/2 way around our bases. And so here's an example of a foul ball. This means that it's greater than 1, right? That means, like, basically what it means is when we hit the ball, it didn't actually go into the field of play. It went out of the field of play, which we call a foul ball, which is like a strike or a re-swing. In baseball, you have 3 strikes, right? Well, a foul ball is counted as a strike unless you have 2. You can't be, say I hit a foul ball and I have 2 strikes already. That third foul ball would not count as a strike. It's just a do-over. It might seem a little complicated, but as we play, you'll get the hang of it. It's really not that hard. So the specific scoring for our game, if the fraction rolled equals 1/4, it will be a single. Any fraction equaling 1/2 will be a double. Can you explain why? Because there's many fractions that can equal 1/2, isn't there? We will be limited with our dice today because we're going to be using 2 6-sided dice, which means the highest we can roll is a 6 on each one, right? Maybe tomorrow we'll make it a little bit harder and add more dice, or bigger dice. Remember, 3/4 is a triple, and any fraction simplifying to 1 is a home run, and anybody that's on base at the time will be scored as a run as well, okay? If the roll doesn't match a base and is less than 1, it is an out. Think of it like I hit the ball between maybe first base and second base, and people who are playing defense catch it and get me out. It doesn't actually I don't actually make it to a base. So I'm stranded somewhere between and I get out. We'll have 3 per inning, and today we will just play 1 inning, and maybe we'll do more tomorrow. Typically a baseball game has 9 innings, but for our purposes, we just want to learn how maybe 1 inning goes, okay? Any roll greater than 1 is a foul and a do-over. You can say it's a strike, but you can't get out on a foul ball, so you might as well just say it's a do-over. So let's try it out, okay? Okay, Johnny is going to roll his die, and let's see what he gets. Whoa, we got 3/4. That means he's a triple. Okay, run the base, Johnny. Do you know where third base is? Okay, run around to first, and then to second, and then you're on third. Okay. Now, Tina will roll the dice, and we'll see how she goes. So she got a 6 over 4. Is that bigger than 1? It is, so that'd be like a foul. Why don't you roll again? Ooh, a 2 over a 5. What does that mean? Does that simplify to any one of our benchmark fractions? It's not a double. Looks like it would be an out, huh? Looks like... Unfortunately, we scored an out for Tina. Oh well. So we have 1 out for the red team. And let's see. Let's have our next batter, okay? Got a 3/5. 3 over 5. Does that simplify anything? I don't think so. It's another out. Darn. Okay, our next team's going to come up with 2 outs. And they swing. And they got 3 over 4. Whoa, that's a score. That's a triple. So Johnny, you move into home base and you score. And Fred here makes it to third base. So we have 2 outs and 1 person on third base. Is everybody following along? Okay, here we go. Susie here is going to roll her dice and see what she gets. So she got a 2 over a 1. That's greater than 1, isn't it? So that's like a foul ball. Okay, re-roll. Whoa! Dice everywhere. Oh, is that a 6 and a 6? That's a home run. Susie just scored a home run, and so Fred moves into home base, and we have 2 points scored, and nobody's on base because actually a three runs scored, yeah. So it's 3-0, 2 outs. Good job. Our next batter is up. Oh, they got a 3 over 5. That's an out. Oh, okay. Well, you did good. 3 runs scored. Now the next team is up. And let's go through it quickly and see if we can finish this inning. So we got, a 1 over 4 from, let's call you Aston. Alright, you got a 1 over 4. That's a single. Good job. Okay, our next student is going to roll on the blue team. And they got a 2 over 2. It's a home run. So quickly it's 2-0 or 3-2, and there's no outs. So roll again. Oh, what's that? Oh, you got a 2 over 5. That's an out. Bummer. So it looks like we're running out of time, but we can finish this game tomorrow. And let's write, if we want to, we can write our score up on the whiteboard so we know exactly where we're at tomorrow. All right, that's fun, isn't it? Tomorrow, if you feel like you have this challenge down, what we can do is try some bigger dice. We could try some 10-sided dice, or how about some 20-sided dice? That would be fun. We could have all kinds of fun simplifying fractions with those numbers. Or, if you want, we could just bring in more 6-sided dice and have multiples of 6 to evaluate even bigger fractions. That would be fun. So, time may be limited, but this game can be continued easily. All we have to do is write down the score and the inning that we're in, and remember where to start tomorrow. And then, there's other ways we can make this game tougher. We could play defense, where let's say somebody is playing defense, like an outfielder. And if they get the fraction before the person rolling the dice does, then they're out. That would be pretty challenging, wouldn't it? Anyway, there's lots of ways to make this game interesting if it isn't already. I think it's pretty fun. I like to play this at home sometimes. And every time I talk to it with other teachers, they always just are excited to try it. So, thank you for your time. We're going to take our test now. This is just a survey to see how well I did at teaching you how to play this game, alright? Thanks again. Have a great day.